Hi, welcome to Coturnix Corner. My name's Terry, and today I'm out working in the garden, getting some plants put in and getting some of the seedlings established. Most of you know that when I'm done cleaning my quail cages, I usually take the manure and put it out back on my compost pile. What I did on this garden was when I tilled it in, I brought probably 6 or 7 wheelbarrow loads of compost and tilled it into the ground. And that helps get the plants a good start. But what I'm going to do now that we've got the plants in the ground, I'm going to go ahead and give them some liquid fertilizer. And what I use for liquid fertilizer is quail poop. That's been watered down. And the reason you want to water it down is because it's a really hot manure. So it's got to be diluted, to a certain degree, or you're going to end up burning your plants. So what I'll do is I'll take some of the manure and I'll put it in a 5-gallon bucket and I'll fill it up with water and let it sit overnight, and then I'll scoop the water off of the top of the stuff that have settled down, the manure that settled to the bottom of the bucket, and I will pour that on my plants. So let me go ahead and bring you in a little bit closer and just give you a real quick demo of how I do this, and I'll give you a closer look at the garden setup. Okay, so I've got a little bit of manure out here in one of my clean out trays. What I'll do is I'll take about 1 gallon of manure, which I figure is probably about 2 shovel loads, and I'll put it in a 5-gallon bucket, and then I'll fill the bucket up to the top with water. Okay, and once you get your bucket filled with water, what you want to do is take a stick or something and stir it up, mix it up real good, and that'll allow the nutrients from the manure to leach into the water. And then what we'll do is we'll let this sit overnight, and that way the most of the manure and the other waste will settle down to the bottom of the bucket, and then we can scoop the liquid fertilizer off the top and put it around the base of our plants. Okay, so once you've allowed the mixture to set overnight, you can go ahead and use the cup to scoop the liquid off the top of the mixture and pour it around the base of your plants as a liquid fertilizer. By sitting overnight in the water, it allowed this to dilute down far enough to where you won't have to worry about burning your plants, unlike had you used the quail manure straight off the trays and put into the soil or around the base of your plants. The high nitrogen value would most likely burn your plants. So I've already fertilized these plants 2 days ago using the same method, so I'm not going to do it again, but I will bring you in a little bit closer to show you the garden, and you can see how well the plants are doing by using this stuff. Okay, and if you can see in the garden, we've got some collard greens started. We got some tomatoes over there along the fence, and a few more different types of tomatoes out this way. And then down here we've got some radishes in this first row and some beets, and then up along the fence there is some cucumbers, which I'll probably train to climb up the fence. And then at the very end of the garden we've got some green beans, and then over here we've got a pot full of Swiss chard, and that stuff has really taken off since we put that quail liquid fertilizer on it. Okay, and for those of you who've watched the composting video where we were bringing a few wheelbarrows out around front of the house for these planters, originally we were going to put flowers in here, but we decided to put some green peppers in, and we fertilized them with that liquid fertilizer, and they have just taken off. We've got peppers down in there. And then over here on the other side, we put peppers also. These are jalapeno peppers, and you can see down in there, we've already got a bunch of peppers started. The other side was bell peppers. But yeah, we thought this would be a good use of these planters. Like I said, normally we put flowers in here, but we thought it would be nice to have just a few more vegetables growing out front here. Okay guys, so I hope you found this video helpful. If you've got a garden, there's no reason you can't make your own liquid fertilizer or your own compost for your garden, or even if all you keep is a few houseplants. This is just another benefit of keeping quail. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for joining me on this video today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps me, and you'll get notifications of any new and upcoming videos. And I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.